Will you call me?
Sorry?
Will you call me?
You mean telephone? Yeah?
Yes.
Where?
Now.
But you're sitting right here.
This is why I wanted to have lunch. You just phone me. Now. Hello, Bethany speaking.
Hello?
You phoning for Bethany?
Yes. What are you doing?
This is Bethany. Can you hear me?
Well, you're right in front of me.
But can you hear me down the phone?
Oh my gosh.
This is me. On the phone, I had it implanted. My hand is the phone. I can walk and talk because I'm on the phone inside my hand. I am the phone. This is what phones are going to be from now on. I have integrated. Thank you for your call. Subdermal implants. They charge themselves with motion like a self-winding watch. And it's on the 22 network. I get signal across 95% of UK mainland, 98 by next year.
When I phoned you, it was ringing. You were ringing.
That's the speaker. So small.
Okay, but when did you get this done?
That course in Winchester, I had one finger done every night. I still need to use a handset to phone out. Look.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, but look, I can't believe you had surgery without telling me.
Skin plants, not surgery, and I knew you'd be cross. But I'm 18, and you had that tattoo when you were 18, and it's the same sort of thing. And I wanted to ask you, will you do me a favour?
What?
Will you tell Dad?
Oh, sweetheart.
Please, will you tell Dad for me?
Second Esdras, chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. I want to say all praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. This lesson is going to be entitled, Technology Will Deceive Many to Take the Mark of the Beast. And the Mark of the Beast is the RFID chip, if you haven't heard by now. You have a lot of people that will probably debate that, but it doesn't matter. Regardless of if you debate whether you believe it or not, it does not matter. Now, from the opening clip, you see what that was showed. In this clip, I've been meaning to get around to this since last week. That clip came from another brother's page. Many of you have probably already saw that clip, but for those of you that have not seen it, it was on the BBC network, and they was talking about subdermal implants. Now, from right here. Subdermal implant from Wikipedia, this is what it means. A subdermal implant refers to a body modification that is placed underneath the skin, therefore allowing the body to heal over the implant and creating a raised design. Such implants fall under the broad category of body modification. Many subdermal implants are made out of silicone, either carved or mold injected. And as you see it, this is going to lead many, right? And they got all different types of subdermal implants. Subdermal means under dermal, dealing with the skin. So these subdermal implants that you saw that young lady with, she was able to make the phone her hand, right? Her hand into the phone. And this is going to deceive a lot of people into getting the mark of the beast, because the RFID microchip technology is used in that, and the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, which is a literal physical mark. They're going to be many different types. many different kinds. Now this is nothing new. It's out of the Bible, dealing with Revelation 13. But before we get into that, before we read the actual prophecy of the mark of the beast, let's read again. Here's 2 Ezra chapter 5, and I have a few other scriptures too. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, which are signs or symbols, examples, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden in the land barren of faith. Right now, the truth, even though it's out and it's being made plain, is still hidden among the majority of the people. Why is it hidden? Because the Lord doesn't want them. Okay, He doesn't want them. He's only going to open the minds of those whom he's chosen. To everybody else, it's going to seem ridiculous. It's going to seem like conspiracy theories, whatever else you can come up with to call it, But the bottom line is, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and Esau, the so-called white man, wants to mark you and chip you and show his ownership on you. Now, as we go on, it says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And particularly the iniquity that we're going to be discussing in this is you basically selling out. If you take the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, you are selling yourself, or you're saying that you are owned by Esau, the so-called white man. He wants to chip you, showing his ownership and possession of you, which you can't really sell yourself because you don't belong to yourself anyway. But you can sell your allegiance, and many are going to be doomed, and technology is going to be used to ensnare and entrap you, because they're coming up with all different kind of RFID technology, different kind of chips, brain chips, right? Chips that can make people see again. You can put it in your brain. It's going to make you correct your vision if you're blind, right? If you've heard of RFID chips that can make you walk again if you were lame, right? And I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to come out with different kinds of chips. And this is not a prophecy. It's just me speculating. But I'm pretty sure they're going to come up. They already talking about contraceptive chips or contraceptive implants. They'll use the term implant. Contraceptive implants. Implants that'll make you more smart, right? Make you more wise. Implants that'll make you increase your sexual prowess. Different things like that. So they're going to deceive you by doing it. Now, also in keeping with the last scripture we read, this is Matthew 24. And it says here on verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. No doubt about it, false prophets all over the world, all of modern Christianity and every religion of the world, and all their idols, right? Or with all their idols are false prophets. Let's just be honest. The people that represent these religions of the world are false prophets. So-called Christianity being the top one. The Most High says that the gods of the nations are idols. You see? And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now the last scripture said iniquity shall be increased above that which was seen back then or heard of, right? And here it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So, the condition without the law, the sin, the wickedness, sin upon sin is going to be increased in the last days. And we're here now, right? Because the Most High said what? Thou shalt make no cuttings in thy flesh. You see? And it says for the dead, but you're not to make any cuttings in your flesh, period. Right? So we know right away that iniquity cut into your flesh to receive any type of implant is going off. You see? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And the Israelites are scattered into all nations, and they need to hear the gospel, and it's being voiced and heard in all nations, and we see it. So the elect is nearly sealed. There's not much time left, but the iniquity is also gone out. The gospel of the kingdom is being, like we said, is being preached in all the world, so there's not much time left. And one of the main prophecies that you're going to see is that mark of the beast being distributed around the whole world. And they're going to use technology to ensnare and entrap and intrigue, right, to get your attention. And many people are going to take it because of that. You're going to use it to unlock doors, right, get in the elevators, gain access into entry, different entry points, and they're going to come out with also other amazing feats, and they're going to use so-called celebrities, which are lesser luminaries, right, to popularize it. And that's also going to be a way in which they deceive you to take it. Now, how do we know this? Because the Most High revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. This is Amos 3, verse 7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And the prophets are making it plain upon tables to those that it was given to receive it. Everybody else will be blinded by it. They'll think, oh, you guys just being Debbie Downers. You guys are just being sticks in the mud. You don't want people to live. Look at the technology. We ought to be able to do what we want to do. Well, go ahead and do it. And when you do, the Most High is going to destroy you for taking the mark of the beast. So if you're not one of the chosen to receive this, you're not going to receive it. You're going to keep saying that it's something else. You're going to keep saying that the mark of the beast is a spiritual mark, right? Which we know it is a physical mark. And many people are going to get destroyed because of their own vain opinion. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. Right. The Lord will do nothing except he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets, and they are the meek. And his people that he's chosen, they are meek. Going on, verse 20 says, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly, not the proud. He's honored of the lowly. Here's a warning to those that will be high-minded. Verse 21, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto men. For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. And just like any other time in history where the Most High was about to bring great judgment, he always sent out his men to warn his people. So don't be leaning on your own understanding. Don't be using your own vain opinion. But many people are going to do that. Many people try to be high-minded. You're so busy worrying about all these different books, the book of Jasher, Enoch, Jubilees, all these different other crazy breakdowns and all this stuff. And the Most High said what? Think thereupon the things that are commanded thee with reverence, keeping his law, keeping his commandments, right? Listening to the prophets, which by doing so, you will be listening to the Most High. Keeping it simple, not trying to be too deep, be one deep, right? Like we always bring out. But Jay gonna keep on trying to do more, trying to be all extra deep, trying to show, how much knowledge you got, and you're gonna mess around and you're gonna get left behind, which is destroyed. That's what's gonna happen to you. But if it does happen, that's your lot. So now let's get into this mark of the beast, right? Now this is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This lamb-like beast is represented by America, Babylon the Great. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and he causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, which that was the Roman Empire, right? Their deadly wound, or they received a deadly wound when they went out of power. And what made them go out of power, and then they came back. When their deadly wound was healed, they had a rebirth, the Renaissance period, right? And now America, Babylon the Great is an underling, or is controlled, or Babylon the Great controls the whole world, should I say. But they're in bed deep with the Roman Catholic Church, and they are the Roman Empire is America, Babylon the Great, NATO, and the EU all together. Verse 13 says, and he do a great wonder, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, right? And they got many weapons that they can do that, make fire come down on the earth. But they also have many other great miracles that they use, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that great beast, like we said, is a NATO and the EU that revives Roman Empire, and America is the whore that sitteth on the back of the beast. Going on, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. There's going to come a time where when they're going to offer people the mark of the beast, and when they don't accept it, they're going to be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This is a literal physical mark. If you go to the into the Greek, when you look at the term mark, right, it's charagma. Let's go to it and look at it. And then we always go into this, but you know, there are going to be new people that don't know about it. So it says mark, graven, a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, which there are many Antichrists, right? The mark, thing, carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. It's a stamp, an imprinted mark, a literal mark you're going to receive, which is the RFID chip. Now, like I said, it's going to be many different ones. You saw on the opening that young lady, right? With that technology, her hand became the phone, you see? And there are numerous hundreds of hundreds of different scenarios that this mark of the beast can be used in, and even more videos that brothers have brought out. If you want more information on it, go type in GMS, which is Great Millstone, and mark of the beast, and see how many hundreds of videos come up on this topic. I myself have probably done 20 or 30 videos or more over the years. Now going on, it says, I'm going to start at 16 again. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And they got brain chips, right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, it said that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. You got guys teaching that this is a spiritual mark. No, it's not a spiritual mark. How you going to purchase something with a spiritual mark? It's going to be the new technology, and they already got it implemented in almost every facet of life. That's why everything is going digital. Why? Because it's going to be hooked into a mainframe. They got something known as the Beast computer, which is in Belgium. But they're going to put all this technology together, in which you're going to be an outcast of society without this technology, right? But also with the new technology that they're going to intrigue many by, like making the phone your hand, you know, your hand is the phone, you know, or giving you special abilities through these RFID chips. There's going to be many different ways. Like I said, I'm not going to try to get into every one of them. But also, how we further noted it's a literal mark too. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, which is 6. 3 score. A score is 20. 20 times 3, right? And 3 score is 60, and 6. So 666 is that number. Now, when you look into a barcode, the numeric value always comes up to 666. So how are you going to use a spiritual mark on a literal barcode which has a 666? You're not going to do it, because it's not a spiritual mark. It's a literal physical mark, which that shows you that purchases, which you use barcodes, right? That's why you scan everything that you purchase. That's why they're coming up with self-checkouts everywhere. They're doing away with the cashiers, and they're going to, you know, people really just going to be scanning their own selves. They're going to scan the merchandise. They're going to scan your hand, right, through some system once you have that chip, and that's how you're going to make your purchases. So if you don't have that technology, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Neither will you be able to have a job, right, in this society, because everything is being moved towards that. That's why you got badges at work with the chip in it. You got chip cards. You got down they have automobiles that won't start, or they're going to have them. They got designs on automobiles that won't start, doors that won't open, guns that won't fire unless you have that chip. You won't be able to even gain access into any building, and it's all on the book. So don't listen to them that say, oh, it's not this, it's not that. All right, so going on now, let's read the punishment. Revelation 14 verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. This time it didn't say right hand, it said any hand. If you take the chip, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, if you take it in any part of your body, you are condemned, and you cannot repent for it. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. This shows you that it's not going to be under the earth in a place called hell, because how else could the holy angels and the Lamb be present while you're burned with fire? Are they going to be down in hell? No. It's going to be the nuclear missiles when they come to burn this place. They're going to be present, flying in the atmosphere above, and they're going to see all those who took the mark of the beast. They're going to perish. And it says this, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. You see? And the mark of his name, and that number 666. See? Now this is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4, and it says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Who's going to be on the thrones? I told you in the book of Luke, ye shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who it's talking about. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Let me get a couple of quick precepts. And just bear with me here. All right, it's coming up now, so just hold on tight. Let's get that one. Got that one. So showing you who it is that judgment was given to, right? This is Daniel chapter 7. Verse 18, it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And these saints are Israelites, right? This Psalms 148. Verse 13, it says, let them praise the name of the Lord, Yahweh, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. So the saints, right? The ones that the kingdom was given unto are the Israelites. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. See? Let's get further too. They that sat on the thrones, Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You see? That's who's sitting on the thrones. Luke 22 verse 28. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You see? So that's for the Israelites exclusively, right? This is why the scriptures say this. In Revelation chapter 21, verse 10, and he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High, having the glory of the Most High, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like unto jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. You see, and that's who it's for. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's who the kingdom is. That's who the kingdom is too. So back in Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, same people, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the anointed 1,000 years. See, that first resurrection. So when you don't take the mark of the beast as an Israelite, you're going to get the victory. As it says here, Revelation 15 verse 1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, and you're going to get the kingdom too. Sorry, the victory, which you're going to be going into the kingdom of heaven, the first resurrection. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. What's the sea of glass? That's the atmosphere, right? The heavens, as it were, the atmosphere, which is clear, and you're gonna be the chariot's gonna be flying above the fire when it hits America, Babylon the Great. You see. Let me see if I can get a couple precepts here to prove that. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above. See, it's the firmament. The terrible crystal is the same as the sea of glass, right? This is Revelation chapter 4 verse 6. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal, and in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. See, it's the throne of the Most High. Let me see if I can get this here. And you know, we just move on because I don't want to. So that the Most High's throne is in the heavens, right? Now here again, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So obviously, I don't know if the chariots are going to have a see-through floor or whatever it is, but the firmament over the heads of those angels that we read about in Ezekiel, right? That terrible crystal, that's that sea of glass. Because you know the Most High said, heaven is his throne and earth is his footstool. You see. Anyway, so the point being, those that get the victory over the beast, when you go up into the chariots, the fire is going to be rising up from America, Babylon the Great, but you're going to be above it, Lord willing, if you make it. Okay. So now in Revelation 19, we'll read this. Revelation 19 and verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. The nations of the world are going to try and fight the Savior and the angels when they come back at the second coming. This is why America has a space force. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. The beast, right? The revised Roman Empire, NATO and the EU, and with him the false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church, and all the daughter churches spawned from that false prophet, right? All the religions of the world, their churches, they all gonna be destroyed. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. See? So also those soldiers and all those men that are with them, they're gonna receive the mark of the beast. Because now even you, when you be in the military, which a lot of soldiers already have the mark of the beast, you know, because how they're gonna keep up with you, they're gonna chip all their troops. All the troops are gonna have that mark of the beast. That's why we tell guys don't go into the military, because they're gonna have that, so they can track you on the battlefield, right? You all gonna have to have tracking chips. And they also showed you that in one of the Born Identities, I can't remember which one, but the guy had a chip in him, and a GPS tracking chip was inside of him, and the drone was able to find him wherever he went until he dug into his side and took it out. But you're not gonna be able to take this RFID chip, mark of the beast, out. So all the army soldiers, all the soldiers, should I say, they're gonna all have the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. So all those in World War III, they're gonna all get destroyed anyway. So again, it says the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast. Many gonna get deceived by technology. Some of you is gonna be your jobs, because like we said, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell unless you got that mark. So people that want to keep up with all their goods and different things like that, you're gonna take that mark of the beast, because without it, you're gonna be an outcast. It's gonna be in every walk of life, in every facet of life, and you are not gonna be able to avoid it. The only way out is through the faith of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. So it says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. So all those that the chariots don't zap, right, because they're gonna try to fight the Savior, they're gonna all get destroyed, right, by the Savior. I mean, all those that don't get destroyed by the Savior, the nuclear missiles are gonna hit them, and they're gonna be in the lake of fire. You see? So that's it. If you take the mark of the beast, you're gonna be destroyed. And all those, this is what the scriptures say about your goods and all your works and things you're doing, because many people are gonna try to take that chip in order technology and in order to keep your place in society, because without it, you're gonna be an outcast. But if this is what the scriptures warn you against. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth. Great pains compares her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Talking about the birth pains of the kingdom. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. See, so it's a lot of hell that's coming on the planet. But this is what the Most High says: O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You know, what were pilgrims doing? They were moving around from place to place. They wasn't stationary. They wasn't in any one place. That's why we tell you don't put your mind on the goods and things that you have in this society, because it could all be taken at a moment's notice, right? It goes on. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise is he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. See all the stuff you're doing? The only thing your mind should really be on. I mean, of course you got to live day to day. You got to work. You got to pay your bills, right? But the main thing, all your energy and your focus should be on this truth. Because in pretty soon, things are going to be of no value. It's not going to matter. It goes on, and they that labor, and therefore they that labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. Like as an whore envieth a right honest and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she had decked herself, and shall accuse her to her face, when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon earth. And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof. You see? For yet a little iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. Let not the sinner say that he hath not sinned, for the Most High shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which saith before the Lord power and his glory, I have not sinned. So all the things you're working on, and your, all your money, your goods, don't look back for them when that time comes, because you're going to be destroyed if you do so. And technology is going to cause you to be deceived, because they're going to tell you that, look, hey, even though all your money is vanished and gone, we can give you this chip and you'll still be able to buy things. You'll still be able to do this. Look at the technology you can use, right? So those that are covetous, or that would get gain, or would keep gain, or keep their place in society, you're going to take the RFID chip and you're going to be destroyed. Finally, in close, this is Luke 17 verse 26. It says, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in his house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. You see, for whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So when the time comes, your love for things, your love for technology, right, your love for your life could cost you your life. So don't take the RFID microchip for any reason. Don't be trying to be all extra technological. All right, like the scriptures say, we must decrease and he must increase. So pretty much you're gonna lose everything in this society, but you'll gain it all back in the kingdom. As the old saying goes, whatever we lose in the fire, we will recover in the ashes. So that's it. Don't be deceived by technology. Don't take the mark of the beast RFID chip. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. See you soon with another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.